Hey everybody, welcome to ClausenWorld. As the thumbnail indicates, I have a shopping haul for you guys today. But before I show you what I purchased, which was a couple of things, I want to tell you a little story. So, have you ever gone out with intentions to go to maybe one or two stores and then pop back to the house? You don't plan on doing any major shopping. You just gotta grab one or two things, right? Well, that was me today. So I go out this morning to go to the pharmacy because you got to get your medications, whatever you're on, you got to get them. I needed my eye drops, so out the door I went because I needed my eye drops. Got that one thing from the pharmacy and off to Wally I'm supposed to go, right? Well, in between the pharmacy and Wally, never guess what happened. The HD is right next door to the Wally. You know what the HD is, right? It's that big old orange store. You know they have the orange one and they have the blue one. Well, the orange one right next door to the Wally. So I said, you know what? I'm already here. Let me pop in, take a look and see what they have. I have no intentions of buying anything, right? No. So I jump out the car, go inside the door. Keep in mind, I have no intentions of buying anything. Go inside the door, and what do you see when you get inside the door? You see a row of planter boxes like this with a whole bunch of stuff in them, right? Right inside the door. So I just, peruse around. And I'm like, I think I need that. I think I need that. I think I need that. So what else is right inside the door? A shopping cart. So I grab a shopping cart. I grab a few things. In the store I go. I'm going off to the garden center. Well, right before you get to the garden center, what do they have? They have that big section of seeds. You can't pass by seeds, can you? I know I can't. So I go in and I look at the seeds. I think I need that. I was looking for that. I think I need to replace that. I think I'm all out of that. You see a pattern? So I grab a few seeds, go through the double glass doors. In the garden center I am, right? Here I am over there walking down the aisles. I didn't need anything when I walked in there. Y'all heard me. I find myself over there by the trees. So I'm looking at the trees and my phone rings. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have a special ringtone for my mom and my spouse. And I'm like, oof, because I know the ringtone. My spouse is calling. And I'm like, oh, let me get that. So I pick up the phone. And I don't know about you guys, but my parents don't call. They either FaceTime, do a time. My spouse doesn't call, FaceTime. So they need to see my face. So I pick up the phone, because I know who it is. And I'm trying to put the phone like right here, right in your face. So you can't see nothing around, just right there in your face. Didn't work. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? What you doing? Where are you? I'm like, He's like, are you at the HD? I said, how you know I'm at the HD? He says, because I can see the racks behind you. You're at the HD. What are you getting? Oh, nothing. Y'all know I got a cart already with stuff in it. Oh, I'm just a couple things, nothing serious. Just, just a couple things. He's like, well, where are you? Because I those racks, I know where you are. I'm just looking at trees. You looking at trees? I'm just looking at trees. You want trees? Yeah, I'm just looking out. I wouldn't mind some trees. Okay, well, I'm not worried about that. I know that whatever you get, you're gonna get it on sale. So, okay, have fun. Call me when you get to the car. Why is it your spouse calls when you're in a place that you had no intentions of being at, and you got a cart full of stuff. So anyway, I didn't get trees, but I did get a few things. So let me show y'all what I got. And I went to a few other places that wasn't on the list today, but I did call them from the car as I finished up with the last location. So let's start with the HD. So my cannas died because of the horrible winter we had. So I picked up a couple of things, and I just grabbed the box because it was just easier. This I got from Walmart because I need to put this in the yard. I'm still trying to deter pests. So Walmart. And I think, oh no, I got this from HD as well. So I picked up some garlic because all of my garlic died. Yeah, that happened. And you guys know that my mom had given me an amaryllis, and my amaryllis died, and the one she gave me was red, so I got a red one. And I also got a pretty white one, and if you can see, they are sprouting some, so I have to be careful. I actually need to put these in a pot. I probably won't do it today, but I'm going to be doing it probably tomorrow. And I wanted to replace the cannas. Now the cannas I had were red, and I couldn't find any of the red ones, so I thought yellow was nice. It'll draw hopefully some nice birds to the garden, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. I thought they were pretty, so I got a yellow canna. And because I'm still having some issues with some areas where that's shaded, where I'd like to have a little greenery, I picked up some ferns, and we will see if this will grow for me. And let's see. So this was at the door of the HD. I feel like a little kid. You know how when you get to the checkout counter and they have all the toys and candies and soda and everything at the checkout counter? That's there because that's an impulse buy, and they want you to get that for you and the kids. So they got me. As you all know, my red crimson passion flower vine did die. I used to have this passion flower in my garden, in my homestead, but it ended up dying because for some reason this particular passion flower, the orange and black butterflies will eat it to the ground. It loves this. So I'm going to try to grow this, and if I get it growing, I'm going to put it inside of the greenhouse and try to keep it in the greenhouse over winter, or maybe even bring it in the house so that I can grow it to a really nice height before I put it back out into the garden. Because if not, the caterpillars will eat it to death, and you won't have it. I picked up some more lavender because some English and some Munster. Let's see. I think I got a couple of them. Yeah, I got a couple of them in here. My Munster died, and so I have no more Munster lavender. All I have is the white lacy, and I'm trying to propagate that, and that's in the greenhouse right now. And I picked up some English lavender. My English lavender never did propagate or come back for me. The squirrels decimated the pot, so it ruined what I was trying to grow. So I have more lavender. I love lavender. I picked up some blue border sage salvia, and I tried to grow salvia, and I made the mistake of putting that pot in the garden, and of course you all know the story. The squirrels dug in it, and so I don't believe any of those seeds are going to come to anything. So I picked up some salvia. I got 2 of those. I already had some German chamomile, but I just love the smell of it, so I picked up more chamomile. I did spread some seeds already, and they're just barely coming up, so I want to put more chamomile too in the garden. I have chives, but they are, I guess, the regular common standard chive with the pretty pink flower. And so I picked up a garlic chive just to give it a try. I've never tried these before, so I want to try garlic chives. My goal is to have like a border of chives in my homestead. So I'm going to start growing little 1 gallon pots of chives so that I can have borders of chives everywhere, because I think they're amazing. You just have to be very careful, make sure that your chives don't go to seed. And my peppermint, the peppermint was killed off by the snow and the cold. I've got one tiny little plant over in the garden. And so I picked up another packet of peppermint because the few seeds I had, I again put them in the garden, and y'all know the squirrel. So peppermint, love me some peppermint. Now I did have some bush sugar baby watermelon seeds. They were old as Methuselah, meaning old as dirt. And so I happened to find these just cast off in another area. So I thought I will try that. I did put a couple of seeds of bush watermelon in the garden. I don't remember if it was sugar baby or not. I think it was, because I want to say that's the only ones that I had that were bush. And I dropped a few of those in there, but they're old and I don't know if they'll come to anything. But I would love to have some watermelon that I've grown in the garden that actually comes to something, because last year when I tried to grow watermelon, something in the garden kept eating and destroying my watermelon. So we'll see if those seeds come to something that I already have in the garden. Oh, I have more lavender, y'all. I'm trying to keep everything together. I actually bought 2 English and 2 Munster. Lavender is just amazing. If y'all don't have any lavender, get some lavender in your life. It's amazing. And the only reason why I went to HD, was to see, I just wanted to see if they had any asparagus, what do they call them? Like the bare root, but they didn't have any. And so since they didn't have any, I hadn't made any plans to purchase anything. But yeah, y'all see what happened. So when I went over to Wally, which is where I really wanted to go, because the seeds for asparagus at HD was over, I want to say $2 and some change. And I wasn't spending $2 because all that I bought here, yeah, it was too much. But anyway, this is going to be a great addition to the garden, so it wasn't like it was a wasted amount. And so at Wally, I had to get some groceries, and y'all know I went in through the garden section and I found seeds. Now I did have some really old asparagus seeds that I've already planted. They have not come up, and it takes about 14 to 21 days for your seeds to germinate, and they're still rooty-pooting around in the cup. So I said, okay, let me just try. Maybe they were just entirely too old, because I think those seeds, I bought them in 2012. And I know that seeds can last a long time, some seeds, but those, they're not doing anything. So I picked up 2 packages, because it doesn't feel like there's a lot in here, of the asparagus seeds. And I know it takes about 2 years for asparagus to really grow, and that's perfect timing for me and our time frame as far as the homestead. So this will work just fine. So that is what I got at Wally in the garden center. And when I got busted by my spouse, I was actually in HD just looking at Japanese maples. I really love the color red. I have a lot of red, excuse me y'all, I hope that it messed with my microphone, but I have a lot of red in the inside of the house. In several rooms of the house, I have lots of punches of red. Red is a power color, and I just absolutely love it. So I was looking at the Japanese maple, and it was roughly $70 and some change at the HD. And I told my spouse, I said, you know, this is ridiculous. I'm not spending $70 on one tree. It's not happening. So yeah, no. And I walk into Wally, and something said, you know, go down this way. And I usually follow my intuition. And I went down that way, and look at what I got, you guys. Look at this baby right here. This is a Japanese maple. It's an Acer, and it is so beautiful. And these can grow up to 6 feet to 8 feet tall and wide, and you can grow this in a pot. So my plan is to grow it in a pot, and I got not one but two, and they were a beautiful price. Now it's going to take time for these to grow, and like I said, that's perfect for me and my time frame. I don't need any major large trees because I have to move this garden, and I already have plans to move the garden. They may change a little bit. You know how it is, people tell you, oh, I'm gonna help you move, girl, and before you know it, they're like, ooh, I got something to do that day. Oh, I'm busy. So I'm trying to make sure that when I do need to move the garden, because the garden is the only thing that I will be moving. Of course, the movers will move everything else, but there's certain things movers can't move, and that's your lawn equipment, like your lawnmower, your grill, and your any live plants. They're not going to move that. At least that's been our experience because of the reasons why we tend to move every couple of years. So yes, that's what I got from Wally. Oh, I almost forgot I got more stuff over there. And I was leaving the store, and I've been looking for this for probably about several weeks now. And I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And y'all know how it is when you put stuff off. You go and get it, or you try to go get it, and it's gone. And I've been looking online for this item, and I just kept putting off purchasing it. I tend to not purchase things for me very often. I tend to purchase things for the house, or for family. I don't always purchase a lot of stuff just for me, but I'm trying to do better about purchasing things just for me. And so the garden is not just for me, even though I love gardening. I'm not the only one who benefits from the garden. So my gardening tools, now those are for me. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys this in just a second. I picked up, and I already have one with a pointed end, but they had this at the Wally. And so I picked one up, and it's a steel hoe cultivator hand tool, because you need hardy handy tools, and I need hardy handy stuff. So I got that. Now that's not what I was talking about, and this is a different store. I'm gonna show y'all that in a minute. But I found this. Now this is a harvest basket. Can you guys see it? This is a garden harvest basket. And I have been looking online for this, and I put it, it's actually in my online shopping basket, and I've been hanging on to it and hanging on to it and hanging on to it. And I, for whatever reason, just kept saying, oh, I'll get it later. Oh, I'll get it later. And as I was about ready to leave Wally, this was at the back door, literally sitting by the back door. And I said, oh, okay, I hear you. I hear you, gardening gods. Let me go on ahead and get it. And I love items that are, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but full life warranty. I love gardening items that are a full lifetime warranty, because I'm pretty rough on stuff. And that's why I tend to have multiple tools, because I'm pretty rough, and I will end up tearing up some stuff, and I end up having it for a while. And so I really use it, and it will end up demolished. And I really needed a harvest basket last year, because I had a ton of stuff, especially my pole beans that I was harvesting, and my squash, and I really could have used a basket. And it's pretty big. I hope you guys saw how big this is. It's a nice sized basket. nice and deep. So I'm happy to have it, and I love the fact that you can rinse things out and not have to take stuff in the house and track dirt everywhere, because I don't like having dirt everywhere. So at a different store I went to, I picked up some tree wrap because I want to protect my trees from the sun and the wind. You all know that we have terrible wind here, and so I wanted to protect it from the wind. It also protects from mower and trimmer damage, insect and rodent damage, and it won't girdle your tree as it grows. So I picked up a couple of rolls of tree wrap, and it's breathable, and you're supposed to wrap it around 3 times. And so I want to protect my trees. They're investments, and I want to make sure that they stay around for as long as they possibly can. And I was going to say last but not least, but that's not true. So after I left the Wally, kitty corner from the Wally, the Dollar Tree. And at the Dollar Tree, I just picked up a couple of things because I plan on having a winter garden again, and I'm going to be putting together some things that will help me to do that. And so they had some of this flexi tie, and I wanted to see how this works. To me, this, I don't know, I've never used it before, but I want to give it a try. So I picked up some flexi tie. So I can never find the other stuff that I bought. So the stuff that looks like the bread tie, I never can find stuff. I put it in the shed and it disappears. And I bought a new lighter because I tend to make fires in the fire pit throughout the year when it's spring, summer, and fall, so that I can burn wood and get biochar as well as keep warm. And I just love the sound of a fire. So I needed another one of these, and it was $1, so why not? And to help put together the winter garden I am going to be making, I am going to make kind of like a small, what do they call them? Like a small hoop house. And I picked up a couple of these little bitty hula hoops, these little tiny little kitty hula hoops, and it is a 29.5 inch, 74.9 centimeter little hula hoop, and I'm going to be using this with some greenhouse cover that I have coming in the mail. And I also picked up a couple of these pool noodles because I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to put it on top of the hula hoop. That way the greenhouse cover is not touching the hula hoop, and it might give it a little bit more coverage. Sorry about that, guys. It might give me a little bit more coverage. That way it sits a little bit higher. So I'm going to be erecting that. I hope it turns out well. If not, it is what it is. It's going to hopefully help protect the garden in the wintertime. And my greenhouse cover will be coming, I think, sometime this week. I'm still working on the protection of the garden. I've had the time, a major time, trying to get these squirrels out of the garden. So that's all I believe I have to show you guys. I need to get these trees planted. I might wait until tomorrow, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my mini shopping haul. I think I'm going to add a segment towards the end of what I found at Wally. So if any of you guys are interested in canning, stay tuned, and I'm going to add some clips at what I found at Wally for canning. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I'm trying to keep these bugs from getting me, y'all, and they starting to fly around. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you come back for the next episode, and you know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a great gardening day. Bye now.